And we're live. Hey, YouTube, what up?
We're live.
Okay, so YouTube, listen to me. My hands, they're really fucking up today. So I'm gonna cut my camera off. But I'm still gonna be talking. So where you wanna start from?
Okay, listen. I'm just gonna jump right in and jump right in like hop from ribbon, jump right in it. And I apologize about the light and I apologize about the way I sound. I'm just getting over a little cold virus, whatever, child. Um, so we pick up from last week and you know, I'm gonna just start with this. Me and Bay noticed this. I'm so proud of Tyler Perry putting people in these establishments. I mean, we actually seen Karen doing some hair last night. Okay, we couldn't notice that.
Yes,
W-
yes.
We
We
actually see
saw
multiple
that.
people in multiple chairs. Like, we just
This
let's
is
just get
this
that out
this
the way first.
this is that was the best scene ever. Now Tyler Perry, continue being continue with that because it's like if she don't have no people in her chair and make it seems less authentic and more fakely fake. So keep that going because that's what actually happens. At least at my hair place where I go to get my locks, um, interlock. They have people. When I get there, it's a person in her seat. When I get there, because I'm always the early bird. So keep that going.
Hmm. So then Karen doing this lady hair, whatever. Now it took her a while to get this lady hair done. And this lady
Yeah,
keeps talking about this guy that she going on a date with and da da da. She just keep going on and on and on and on like
no,
she ever
no.
about this. And all of a
But
sudden
the
she
person that she's actually going on a date with is who? Preston. And we're like,
we're like, cause she kept saying he country boy, he white. He a country boy, he white. So we just automatically thinking country boy white equals Preston.
Preston. At least that's what I was thinking.
So then, she gets her all done up. Actually, she did her hair really, really cute. I really, really like what Karen did with this young lady hair. Preston gets there, and this is Preston and Karen's first scene together in this show. They've
Yeah.
never had a scene together in this show.
I
And for
thought Karen, I thought Karen and Preston had a scene together. I thought they did before.
to my knowledge, this is their first scene. I mean, she knew that Danny was dealing with Preston, but she didn't really know that much about Preston because Karen and Danny don't really talk like that. So
They
sh-
don't.
she didn't really know that it was that Preston and, da, 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 whatever. So that was that scene. Then we get to the stuff with Hayden, Fatima, and Andy. Lord help me with this thing. This white lady
Yes.
talking about Hayden is been found in the parking lot and he's dead. The dramatics of the way that lady said that honey, was just. too much for me. Even though I knew he wasn't dead a long time ago, but I like to let stuff play out. Um, so they get up, they run amok, and Andy's asking Fatima all these questions about you. Sure you didn't do nothing to him, yada yada do do. She talking about some no, I don't know what could happen to him. Girl, you could have hoped to hell that man was dead. That was your best
Right.
bet that he was dead. Because if he's dead, then he can't tell nobody your background story and who your
But I
people
don't
are
think
and
I don't know. I don't think Hayden know who Fatima people was.
oh he know.
I don't
That's
think
why
he does.
she see Bay loves to challenge my thoughts. And then when he
I
wrong,
mean, okay.
he says this is
Do
what he
you?
says when he wrong. Oh yeah, you was right. Okay. Because
I do.
the because the reason why I'm saying Fatima's best hope was that man being dead was because can't nothing trace back to her if he ain't here to tell it. But now
I
that he has
get.
survived all of this, he's going to blow the doors off of Fatima. Okay, he's going to tell everybody everything.
I get
To
what
this,
you saying. I get what you saying. But what if he don't remember?
trust me.
That's a possibility.
I mean, it's a possibility that he could have some memory loss to this whole thing. But if say he don't and he remembers, just like he found out about Zach and that money, he knows Fatima had something to do with what happened to him because he was in the car with her before they came. So he knows
Oh,
she.
okay. So I can believe you on that because I didn't catch that part.
So he know Fatima set it up, which means that's all kind of attempted murder and everything else.
But like I was telling you when the show was going on, Fatima is going down. Don't do She going down. Fatima is going down. Damon, she's going down.
Oh my
Especially,
God, Babe vocals is just he giving good vocals today, y'all. He got good vocals today. And
yeah, I got
Andy's trying
good.
to help them like she ain't got her own mess. Girl, goodbye. When did you become a criminal defense lawyer? Ain't you a divorce lawyer? This ain't got nothing to do with no marriage. Hey, what you
Wait,
doing?
wait,
Anyway,
wait. She a divorce lawyer,
yeah, she's not no criminal attorney.
but they have to study all sides of the law, so she would know that they.
And I'm like, why are you why? Why? And like Zach's still going to prison for he's still going to prison.
Oh,
Especially not
I agree with you on that. And they gonna take that house, that
the house,
car.
the car, everything that he bought with that particular money is going to be seized by the feds. Everything he bought. I don't care if he bought a T-shirt. I don't care if he bought some shoes. I don't care what that man bought. Anything he bought with that money is gonna be seized by the FBI.
Yeah.
They taking that house and they taking that nice car he got in the driveway.
Yup. They
And
taking the car.
they taking
Taking the
everything. They take
car.
and then he gonna
They're
have to
taking the
make
car,
and they gonna have
baby.
to make bail. He's gonna have to make bail.
Yes, he is. The
And it's like
feds, because the feds don't play that shit. Trust me, I know.
oh my god, like y'all, I wanna get
Don't-
to this scene with Gary in his car. Now me and Bay was having a
Well,
debate about
well, hold
this
on.
car.
But okay, we can get we can go there.
Gary bought Andy a $500,000 Rolls Royce. My lord. I'm
And
pulling
it was very nice, and it was in my favorite color too, royal blue. Like it was that.
it had bags and clothes and jewelry in it and just all type of little goodies. And I'm just sitting
Yes.
there going, Andy, if you don't take the car, the man bought you a car. Please take the
A
car.
car. Yeah.
You could take the car. That don't mean you gotta take the man. Take the car.
But she told him that she not taking him back.
What does she do or she don't? You got you a car out the deal. Girl, just take the car and be quiet. Sometimes you gotta know when you got a thing. Not necessarily a good thing, but sometimes you gotta know when you got a thing. And if a man bought me a $500,000 car, look, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna take the car and go on about my life. Because this thing with Robin or Roland or whatever his name is, that's not gonna last anyway. Because he's a whole hoe. So that's not gonna last
Yes, yes.
anyway.
He's a whole out here.
He
He
sleep with
don't.
he sleep with women and probably men too. I don't put nothing past that nigga. Um, it was just it was just a thing of now, y'all. I like nice things. I like the finer things in life. Anybody that knows me in real life knows that. I like the finer things in life. I do.
Correct.
But
Which is the reason why I couldn't understand why we was having a debate. But go ahead.
ain't no way that I'm going to take a $500,000 car, not because of who it's from, because it could be hot, it could be stolen, it could be in. I don't know where you got this car from. You know, some car shows up out of nowhere. I just don't trust it enough to be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get in the car, and we're gonna see next episode that the police is gonna be pulling them over and asking for the license and
Like,
registration to that car.
cars.
And Andy, what's confusing to me is you claim you don't want Gary, but you took the car after
And
you
why would you?
said,
Why would why? And my thing is, why would you take the car? if you didn't want Gary to begin with?
I don't understand
How long viewers
why. I mean, why would you be seen
don't put
driving
the
a car
video.
that you claim you didn't want? That don't make it. That doesn't make any sense. You should have drove that car back to wherever Gary brought it from and put it right there. But
Correct.
but you wanted that car, but you just
And
wanted
we
to.
and we're gonna find out next week what's going to happen because you don't know where Gary got this car from,
That
which
car
is
could
a
be.
scary thing.
That car could be hot. It could be anything. And like you could tell Gary's trying to buy her, which it
That's another thing. That's another thing that I'm gonna get on camera for. If y'all can hold on 1 second. What I do in my remote? Okay, I got it. Cause I gotta cut the light on my TV so y'all can see me. Cause I do got light on in my room, but this is just better. Let me explain something to the viewers that are going to watch this and that are watching this. There is no way that I'm about to buy um her love because she's not materialistic. Sorry.
I don't I don't really I like nice things, but I'm not in love with nice things. Like if you mess up, you can't just buy me a toy to make me feel better. Like, oh, here you go. Like, like that doesn't like that doesn't make things better in a relationship. Like that's not okay to Gary know what he be out here doing, and it's like because you have money, you figure you could throw money at the situation instead of actually working on the situation. You figure you throw money at it, and that's what a lot of guys with money tend to do.
Hey,
They
question. When me and stuff like this, we buy it, right? We
Yes.
buy this stuff, right?
Yes.
So how he puts it in the budget.
Huh?
He puts it in the budget.
No. That's not how this goes.
How does it go?
I explain to you later.
No, you bought it.
No.
Okay.
cause like cause like it's a difference between liking nice things and being obsessed with nice things. And Andy's a lawyer, but just because she's a lawyer doesn't mean that she have a brain when it comes to men. She don't have a brain when it comes to men. It's just not it's not wise for her to do certain things.
Hello, I'm sorry. I'm back.
Yeah, he back. Hmm. So
So where did you leave off at?
with Gary with the car. And then it's like as we go to the bank, Maurice still talking to Q, yada yada yada. He
Well,
said
yeah.
he said he getting out and all this type of da 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 do do. And I'm like, Maurice has what a lot of straight men have, even though he's gay. He has the savior complex where he feels like he got to save everybody.
Yeah. And
And
that's the thing. Go ahead.
that's
I'm about to
that's
go
why
on
he
mute for
entertaining this situation. Cause people
I
keep
don't
asking,
think I don't think that he's entertaining this situation. I think that you keep calling him and he keep answering the phone. He's not entertaining the situation. That's why he was like, "Oh, you can't come live with me."
I mean, but if you have already told this man you don't want him to come live with you, and he's still calling you anyway, why are you still picking up the phone? Like, why?
Yeah. Why are you
Y'all,
still? Yeah,
y'all just,
I was gonna ask you, but but what I'm saying is that he needs to stop picking up that damn phone because he keeps saying, "I don't want to be with you. I don't want you coming to my house." But then Q told him, like, I got, I, I told them that I would have, I gave them your address, and he was like, "No, you're not coming to live with me." First
but
of all, I,
my thing is for Maurice, in a male, in a man, what is it that you're looking for in a partner?
yeah, and I want to
Wh-
talk about that scene to where they went to a he was at his house. He met up with this guy, and he was like, "Do you like the fuck?" and all that type of thing. Yeah, Maurice, I think you being too picky. You gotta figure it out what you want to do.
What is it
You
that
being what is it
I
that
don't
you
under
want?
I don't understand what Maurice is looking for
I don't understand
in,
it
in
either.
a in a in a romantic partner. I don't know what he wants. He don't
I don't know
want
what
Q
he.
because Q robbed him. He don't want that other guy because, well, I guess he like harder, them big muscle bound undercover gays. I guess that's what he likes. And this guy is more a feminine female, hey sis, and that's not what he wants. But what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, do you even want to be in love, or do you want, you know, to be by yourself?
No,
Because,
I think he just. I think Maurice just want to hook up with people and fuck like my roommate
like,
because, and
well,
I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what I think he wants to do. He just want to fuck, fuckity, fuck people.
why didn't he do that with that dude then? if that's
because
what you
he
want,
because because he don't like that type of dude. He doesn't. I
so
well, I'm not. We not talking about me. He don't like them type of dudes. I'ma just say that.
I
He
don't.
like the cute type of dude, but he
So
also don't want to get robbed. He like that's more Maurice style.
and he
You
was just
understand?
so rude to the guy that Calvin tried to
Yeah.
send.
Why did you didn't have to you didn't have to be rude to the man. All you had to say is, look, this is not gonna work. Nice to meet you. Uh, you could have had a drink with the man, but you don't have to be that rude. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you don't know what I like. Why would you pick him? Da, da, da. All in the man face, like he not sitting there. Like I'm just like Maurice, you're being rude and you're doing the most, honey. You're doing the
Like
most.
he like he always does.
Like, like even though the man was trying to play it off, you was being hella rude.
Hello, rude, Maurice. Now
And it's
breathe
like,
more.
all Calvin was trying to do was help you, and you was being hella rude.
Yeah.
See, and that's why people don't help you, Maurice, because you rude. It's okay to not like somebody. We're not saying you gotta like the guy just because Calvin set you up with him. We're not saying that. But you don't have to
What we
be
what
rude.
we are what we are saying is that man, you can't. Yeah, and I think you being picky too.
And like then, then when Fatima, Zach, and Andy are at Zach's house, then
That
that's when she
the house the house that he not gonna have for too much longer, but we not gonna go there.
they're at this house. And then that's when Fatima decides to tell Andy what happened and how the guys beat up Hayden, and it's like come on, man. It's like um Fatima, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're studying to be a lawyer. You're not a lawyer yet.
I
You're
thought she was a lawyer.
No, that's why she's Andy's assistant. She's not a lawyer. She's studying to be a lawyer. Because
Who for
from Fatima comes from a family of criminals.
oh then that makes perfect sense why she set this whole thing up.
And she got pulled. She got gangster pull. Okay, that's what she has.
And gangster pull. But I really just wanna go into the group to see what they're saying.
Because you know, let's understand something about Fatima. The reason she
Okay.
can deal with guys like Zach and do all this stuff that she does is because she grew up seeing this. She come from a family of criminals. So
I did that did okay. Cause y'all, I haven't watched season. I'm just jumping in. I'm from season 3 to now season 4, so I didn't know. So on the first season, did we kind of get a glimpse of it, or did we not, or
I mean, this
what?
is what the girl who plays Fatima said herself about her, you know, character that she plays. I mean, she, but it would make sense because a lot of people seem to be somewhat afraid of her, and I never understood why. Like, she just worked for Andy. Like, why everybody so afraid of her? Like, what do she have? And that's what she have. It's it's like it's equivalent to like uh it's equivalent to like Larry Hoover being your grandfather or something. You know, when you come
Is
from that
Larry?
lifestyle, you're not gonna be intimidated dating a guy that comes from the same background that your family comes from. You can't judge him when you come from a family of criminals. You know, you can't look at him and go, yeah, 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 they have to do. But maybe Karen didn't come from that. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's
that's why she was able to look down on Zach more so because that's not the background that she came from. But Fatima, like, shoot, I ride with it. It don't bother me. You know, my whole family is, gangsters and killers and jailbirds and whatnot. So me having a boyfriend like that is not out of my wheelhouse. And knowing all this information makes it make a whole lot of sense of why Tyler Perry put them together because before I knew the information that I knew, like I was thinking like why would a career driven woman like Fatima want something to do with somebody like Zach? Like why would she go that low? But knowing her background, I understand why now.
yeah, and I get why too.
You know, cause sometimes women that are career driven go for guys like that because they want to be part of a rebellion and they just want to, see the other side of life. Because sometimes when you live too much of a sheltered life and you break free, you want to see what the other side of life is. You get curious about the other side of life, i.e.,
So do
Whitney
you?
Houston and Bobby Brown.
So do you
People that
think that?
grow up singing in the church and being sheltered all their life, when they get out from up under that, ain't no telling who they gonna run into. So it's like, yeah. And then we go to, you know, And then we just, people at the bank and Sabrina's like, Sabrina was trying to sell Maurice this guy. And it was that same guy I seen Calvin kiss in the first season. And I kind of figured he was talking about him, but I didn't want to assume that he was talking about him. But I figured that's who that was.
So how did you feel about the airport and all that stuff?
And then Danny was this trafficker. I'm not sure he was. I
To
don't.
be honest, I don't feel that he was trafficking that girl.
That might have been his daughter or something.
Yeah.
Or niece or something. Nobody really knows who she
But
was.
do you think we're gonna find out something next week?
But if he was, I'll just say this: if he was trafficking her, he has a problem. He has a sickness. If he was doing that, but I'm not sure that that's what he was doing. But then again, you don't know.
Yeah, true.
Cranberry juice hit the spot, y'all. But this is this is my problem with Danny. Now, I'm gonna just give y'all a little tidbit, just a little tidbit on that week episode, just a little bit, just a little tiny. She gonna show up at Kara's salon when he gets ready to take that girl on a date. Now,
Yeah.
Danny, this is what I'm gonna say to you, and this is gonna relate to this guy over here who don't got his camera on. You you can't push people away and then get mad
But
that they move
no,
that they
that
that they move on. Like
I
if
know
you know you want Preston, don't play with it. Stay with it, okay? Because you're oh no, you're doing this, you did that, and you're not doing. Look, either you want Preston or you don't. And
correct.
how this relates to me and this guy who don't have his camera on. It's that I don't play with him like that. I don't play with him like that. I think I want us to be together today. And then, tomorrow I need some space. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Because when you do that, people are not going to wait forever for you to figure out your life. Like, either you figure it out with them or you figure it out without them. And if you want to figure it out with them, don't play head games with people.
Exactly.
You want him, then you don't want him, then you want him, then you don't want
You
him, then you
know,
say he's intrusive, then you don't call you, then you come on, man.
you can't
Like
have both. You can't have both sides of the fence.
you have to get a
Then
grip on what it is that you want. You can't break up with him and expect him to just sit there and wait till you feel better. Like that's not. You gotta get what you want in check. Because
yep,
Preston is a good dude, but he's not going to keep allowing you to yo-yo him. You know, He not gonna let you keep yo-yoing him and jerking his chain and talking about stuff from the past that you probably should have talked about a long time ago, but you didn't talk about it. That's not his fault that you didn't say anything about those things. You should say something. You don't say nothing we don't know. We not finna. We're not computer hackers. We can't tap into your brain and say what
I tell her the same thing.
you know.
Especially a man, we not we're you have to tell me, like I told her about because she wanted me to sit on the couch on Christmas. I'm just using this as an example. She wanted me to sit on the couch on Christmas. I didn't know that's what she wanted me to do because I would have done. But she didn't tell me, so I'm like, I'm good sitting in the chair, and my back was hurting like real bad and stuff.
And he didn't do it because he didn't know. And it was my fault he didn't know because I didn't say. So I can't get mad at him for not knowing because I didn't I didn't verbalize that to him. You don't know what you know until you know it.
Yeah, so now we got cold words and all that type of stuff. So when she want me to sit on the couch, I know to sit on the couch.
Because it's like, I'm a person of no, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. That's not anyone's intention to hurt someone's feelings. That's not what we set out to do. But when you're feeling things and they start to build up and yada yada do, and you gotta say something to that person. And then some people get mad when you say, "Oh, well, I ain't know nothing about it." They look at you like, "Well, what do you mean you didn't know?" I didn't know. If you don't say anything, nobody knows. And I'd
Exactly.
rather have someone say what they feel instead of worry about their reaction. At least they know the truth. And it may not be what they want to hear, but at least they know the truth. Because it's not fair for you to get mad at somebody about something they knew nothing about. Because
Right.
sometimes when people say they don't know, they really don't know. Not everybody lying. Sometimes people really don't know, but we we know and understand that in any relationship, whether you're a friend with someone or whether you're in a romantic relationship with somebody, communication is key. You gotta communicate. And sometimes you deal with people that come from households where communicating wasn't a big thing. You
Like
know, communicating wasn't a big thing in certain households. So when you deal with those types of people, you have to allow them to learn how to communicate. Because a lot of black folks come from households where you don't express your feelings. You don't say what you feel. You don't say you're in pain. You don't talk about that stuff. A lot
yeah,
of black boys in particular come from households like that. So
and
when
me
they
being one of them.
get with women, they don't know how to communicate in the relationship because they didn't grow up in a communicative household where everybody communicated how they felt or said how they felt. So that takes time to learn those habits, you know, because I'm going to tell y'all a story. When I first met this guy, his communication skills were not the best. He wouldn't call
And
me
they
for
still,
5 days.
and they still not.
And I'd be like, how do you not call somebody for 5 days? He's like, I'm just used to not communicating. I'm like, oh, you're one of these. And he's like, a lot of people don't talk to me like that. So I never knew I had to, call and talk and do all this kind of stuff. I'm like, didn't you and your ex talk? Yeah, sometimes. I'm like, what kind of relationship did y'all have? And he was saying to me like when we did talk, we were arguing most of the time. Like I'm like, oh, and we used to argue when we first met a lot. We used to be at each other's throats a lot because I didn't understand his ways of communicating. He didn't understand my ways of communicating. But now we argue a lot less. We actually, as time has gone on, we've actually gotten along a lot better over the years. And that normally doesn't
Yeah,
happen. 'Cause it usually starts off, you know, great and then declines over time. But our communication has gotten better over time. And that's been a blessing that we know how to communicate with each other. Now, just because we know how to do that don't mean that we're walking around saying any and everything to each other because we're not doing that either. But you know,
right.
we are respectfully communicating with each other. You know, you gotta talk to people with respect because the minute you lose respect for somebody, you start saying anything to them. And when you start saying anything to somebody, that means the relationship is pretty much deteriorated. When you still care about what you say to a specific person, that means you still care about that person.
Yeah,
It's like we go have more videos where we talk about those sort of things. Because I think those things are important to be reinforced and all of that kind. No, we've been on here for almost an hour. We covered everything that was important in the episode.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week as usual. Hopefully I'll be sounding even better than I do today.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next review.
Peace.